any communication device could be turned into a weapon. All courses of action of Hassan Nasrallah and all the maneuvers of Hezbollah very controlled by Tehran. Now Tehran is a part of this game, and really I think now Tehran is trying to manage the crisis. They don't want to disturb the relationships with United States. Yani Hezbollah must now reflect on the consequences of its independent actions and consider the impact of its decisions on Lebanon's stability.
This is an India Today Global exclusive. I'm being joined by Lieutenant General Khalid Hamadi, a retired military official from Lebanon. He's also managing director of RFCS, which is a regional forum for consultancy and studies. Thank you so much for joining us, General Khalid. Beginning with the situation on the ground, what does the situation look like in Lebanon with these multiple attacks that the Hezbollah have suffered?
Yani certainly, the explosion of these devices delivered an unexpected shock to Hezbollah in terms of this advanced technology used, and also in the significant losses incurred. Right. So the success of this operation can be traced to supply chains that failed to maintain security confidentiality or adhere to professional standards. As you know, all the factories involved in producing communication devices or ammunition or anything related to military and security equipment are typically monitored by intelligence agencies, keeping them informed of the suspicious deals. In this case, I think the request to manufacture more than 4,000 pager devices should have raised alarms and drawn scrutiny from intelligence services in United States, Europe, and Israel, especially since the request is originated from Hezbollah or destinated to Lebanon.
Right.
So, of course, it's very possible that the Mossad intercepted this deal, either during the production or the shipment to Lebanon, and either tampered with the devices or added electronic components along them, to be detonated later.
Right.
Israel followed up today with a second attack yesterday. Yesterday, we had a second attack targeting other communication devices, resulting in approximately more than 20 deaths and 500 injuries among Hezbollah members.
Right. General Khalid, what does that mean for Hezbollah? What does this attack and the loss and injuries really mean for Hezbollah as an organization?
Yes, let me start by what does it mean from Israel to Hezbollah? This appears to have effectively dismantled Hezbollah command and control system, sending a clear message that any communication device could be turned into a weapon. So by trying to talk about the repercussions of these explosions on Hezbollah, or the impact of this explosion on Hezbollah, it's very clear that the organization, Hezbollah, must now address the significant gap in its command and control capabilities, restoring this severely damaged communication system, which is critical, and will undoubtedly affect its security and operational performance, along with moral among its members. Furthermore, Hezbollah now faces the challenge of dealing with the human toll of the attacks. With 3,000 injured, half of whom may be unable to resume field duties for weeks or even for months, and the other half incapacitated by severe injuries, and the party's operational capability is severely diminished.
In terms of countries, sir, Lebanon, Hezbollah now is a part of the government as well. So, will the response be official when it comes to Israel, or are we only looking at Hezbollah, the militant military wing, taking on Israel whenever they can, once they recover?
As you know, the political situation in Lebanon, or how Hezbollah is controlling the political decision. Of course, yesterday, the Lebanese state had its responses on the political level, on the health level, and the security institutions, and the Lebanese diplomacy, all of these institutions or legal bodies launching a major effort to manage the fallout and absorb the losses. Of course, let me here highlight how the Lebanese people has shown unity in the face of this attack, and how they set aside the internal differences over Hezbollah unilateral decisions to engage in the conflict, and the decisions which have burdened the Lebanese people for nearly a year. But this is what I think this is the maximum that the Lebanese government can do. But now I think Hezbollah, I think he is now in the stage of thinking how he will deal with the maybe the next challenges and threats coming from Israel, how he will address his people and the Lebanese people, and acquiring all this confidence to let them say that maybe Hezbollah is really able to protect them and to address this threat coming to Lebanon.
You're making a very interesting point, General Khalid. You're saying that now people in Lebanon will also question the Hezbollah whether they can actually protect them from Israeli attacks.
Yes. Now, of course, all the Lebanese people, even the government, all the normal citizens, they are thinking, if Israel will continue to make this kind of attacks on the base of its technical superiority, without invading Lebanon, how really the Lebanese government or even the Lebanese society can really support the stability, or how they can deal with this kind of challenges. Of course, now all of the Lebanese people, they are waiting for the speech of Hassan Nasrallah today in the afternoon. But nobody has if you say the confidence that Hassan Nasrallah can add anything to all what he had offered or addressed to the Lebanese people before. After the assassination of many leaders in Hezbollah, talking about Fuad Shukr or any other commanders in the military structure of Hezbollah, and Hassan Nasrallah, at many speeches, he said that he is going, or he is in the way to give lessons to Israel and to send many attacks to Israel, and to keep this balance between the capabilities of Hezbollah and Israel. Now I think the Lebanese people, they have many doubts about the capabilities of Hezbollah.
General Khalid, you're making a very, very important point here, but I have to ask you this. is Hassan Nasrallah in control? Is his power waning? Is he in control of not just the organization, but also of the people when it comes to people support? Is he in control?
Is he controlling?
Yeah, is he in control? Is he in control of things? Is Hassan Nasrallah actually in control of things, or is his support waning?
I think first of all the decisions of Hassan Nasrallah are controlled by his superior in Tehran. So we know that there is, let's say, two levels of relationships between Israel and Hassan Nasrallah, and Israel and Tehran. So if we can, we look to all the attacks that Hassan Nasrallah aimed to Israel, we see that all courses of action of Hassan Nasrallah and all the maneuvers of Hezbollah were very controlled by Tehran, and this is what make all these attacks and all these counter attacks of Hassan Nasrallah. They are under the required level. So what we saw is many attacks by using the Katyusha and all these traditional missiles, while we know that Tehran has many advanced missiles. So we are asking ourselves why Hezbollah is not using all these advanced weapons.
Why are they not?
The answer is because Tehran has, as I said, a certain kind of relationships with the United States, and these relationships now they are passing through a very critical phase that maybe the decision makers in Tehran, they don't want to let's say to have this let's say
an attack.
No, they don't want to attack Israel very severely because they don't want to disturb the relationships with United States. And if we remember, in the last week, when the Al-Murshid said it's possible, or it's not I don't know how to say it. He said there is no problem, there is no matter if we can make a tactical, let's say, retroactive action towards Israel, either in the political domain or in the military domain. So when we heard this, and when we heard also the Iranian president when he said we are very friendly with the Americans and we are brothers with the Americans, all these are messages sent to not also to Washington but also to Israel and to all the who want to hear and to know about the relationships between Tehran and United States, that there is a kind of relationships, a kind of harmony between Washington and Tehran, that Tehran wants to keep it out of what's happening over the Lebanese borders.
Very interesting. General Khalid, I would want to know one thing. After the Ismail Hania assassination in Tehran, do you think now, and these attacks, pagers, walkie-talkies, who knows, maybe mobile phones in the future, just wanted to know, is Hassan Nasrallah now scared to travel? Are these leaders now scared to travel outside, even go to Iran, because they don't know what Israel is going to do? They don't know what Israel is going to use.
You mean Hassan Nasrallah and the Lebanese leaders in Hezbollah, they want to travel to Tehran to know what they have to do? That's the question.
No, I'm asking, are they even scared to travel now because they don't know what Israel is going to do?
No,
Are they safe?
and it's not the matter to travel to Tehran. I think now Tehran is the part is a part of this game, and really I think now Tehran is trying to manage the crisis because, as you know, yani United States as superpower now is controlling all the incidents in the area. So maybe in Tehran they are making now efforts to know really what is the end state that United States wants to reach at the end of this crisis. But I don't know if the leaders in Tehran have the answers to send it to Hassan Nasrallah, and we don't know really what is the limits of these adventures that Tehran put Hezbollah and Hassan Nasrallah and the Lebanese security in it. So really it's a very dangerous game. And I think at the end maybe anyone can try to maybe I try to expect maybe what where this game is going, but I think the answers that are not in Tehran. At the end, I believe that United States now is trying to create another criteria of stability of Israel on all the borders around this state. And I think all the relationships and all the advantage given to Tehran before, and this kind of partnership in the security of Israel, they are now out of question. I think.
Why, General Khalid? Why, General Khalid, do you think Tehran and US will run this proxy war, so to say, against Hezbollah and the rest? Because at the end of the day, this will really not solve the Palestine question.
If we go back to the year 2000 and we start looking and trying to analyze really a scale of important incident that happened in the Middle East and trying to make relationships between them. If, for example, we look to the Israeli withdrew from the Lebanese territories in the year 2000 without having any negotiations with Lebanon, and we ask really what are the goals from this withdrawal? Okay, after the year 2000, the Lebanese army were not allowed to go to the south and to control the borders, and we had at this year in the year 2000 we had the Syrian army who was controlling the Lebanon. So after this withdrawal, the presence and the deployment of the Iranian units, military militias in the south, becoming more and more developed. And after that, if we go to Iraq and we saw how in the year of 2003, where United States attacked Iraq, how the Americans, they let the Iranian troops came to in Iraq and having this big control over the country and having this partnership with the American in the control and the building of the authorities in Tehran. And if we go to Lebanon, to the assassination of Rafiq al-Hariri,
yes,
that he is a symbol of moderation in the area. This assassination also was a big incident and a big changing incident. And after that, we see the withdrawal of the Syrian army from Lebanon, and this the Iranian militia that covers all this area from Iraq to Lebanon and to Syria. And after that, the Iranian militias were a part of what's happening in Syria, protecting the regime and controlling the Syrian border. And
right.
After that, we can see many of these changes. So if we can draw a, let's say, a line between all these incidents, we can say, or we can conclude that United States were trying to give Iran as a Shiite militia in the area, as a component militia, Shia component in the region, to extend its influences and its troops in all the region, and making this kind of negative balance between the Iranian influence in Lebanon and all the Sunni countries.
All
I
right.
think now, and this lead to a kind of partnership between United States and Tehran in controlling, the let's say the stability in the area. I think
Right.
now
But
United States is willing to change this maneuver, and I think after Tawafan al-Aqsa operation, I think that and many other challenges to the United States, and maybe here we can highlight the extension of the Chinese influence in the area and the Russian influence in the area. So United States now are coming to the region and trying to control the area by themselves. They don't believe now, United States, they don't believe now to give this control to proxies parties.
okay.
So now the United States is with the big military presence, the big military bases, the concerns of United States, and at the top coming, the security of Israel and the security of the international economy and the gas in the region. So now the United States wants to control by themselves the area, and
Right.
this, I think, this against any delegation of partnership to anyone, and on the top, Tehran.
Right. With all the operations that Israel has carried out, General Khalid, with mobile phones, pagers, walkie-talkies, I just wanted to know whether if Lebanese leaders, including Hassan Nasrallah, do they feel safe or are they scared? Are they scared of carrying phones or any communication device? I just wanted to know if they're scared, frightened.
Yes, of course. Now, I start my talk, and I highlight really the big shock that Hezbollah is delivered to Hassan Nasrallah and to Hezbollah. Of course now, Hezbollah must now reflect on the consequences of its independent actions and consider the impact of its decisions on Lebanon's stability. Addressing Israeli threats should not be a matter of following directives from Tehran or serving Iranian interests at the expense of Lebanon security. I think instead it requires a unified national stance, leveraging Lebanon's strength, national unity, Arab and international legitimacy, and prioritizing, the interest.
Lieutenant General Khalid Hamadi, thank you so much for joining us here on India Today Global. Indeed, a pleasure.